Oh, perfect.
And we are live. Welcome, everyone. They don't dream it, stream it.
Happy Friday.
Marketing Happy Hour here on Friday, the 29th, our last Friday of the month.
Okay, hold up, Bev. What are we all drinking?
Oh, we are drinking.
Bev check.
This actually is tea in my Dresden mug.
Troy McDonald. Troy, what are you doing?
I'm letting people have their moment before I just throw mine
Well,
up.
okay, so the moment, do we introduce ourselves first, or we do introduce the drinks?
Black cherry. Okay, well, here are the drinks. I'm doing some very virtuous water, fresh spring water, as Martha Stewart says.
I have water with green tea in it.
Oh, nice. I'm the one drinking today. Perfect. I'm having cider.
You're the only one drinking. What do you mean? What is this?
Drinking anything alcoholic today.
Oh, yes.
John is a wild man.
Drinking alone.
Paduchak.
All right, it's not so good.
Your habits, man. Your habits.
Hey, so I'm Dr. Christopher Vogelman of Maximize Your Media and Life Beyond Practice, where we teach doctors how to build their own online businesses so they can have more freedom, free time, and fun. Next to me is
JohnPaduchak with JohnPaduchak.com. And I teach people how to use live video and webinars with their businesses.
And I'm Troy.
Point to me. You are supposed to point to me.
Oh, all right.
I'm Angela Langlotz. I'm a trademark and copyright attorney, and I help entrepreneurs identify, protect, and monetize their IP. And I also started a new business called Visible on Video, where I'm helping people, professional practice owners, get more of their ideal clients and make more money by using live video. And now it's your turn, Troy.
I was like, who's that person over there? Hi, I'm Troy McDonald of LiveEventMarketers.com, which is actually redirects you to the Facebook group, because it is a group where you're allowed to promote your business and or marketing related live stream. But the real power of the group is going in there and meeting other live streamers and networking with them and building relationships.
Cool.
And I love the relationship that I'm building with you three. I think you're awesome.
Well, thank you.
And Terry has joined us. Hey, Terry, how's it going? She's from Texas, y'all.
Texas, y'all.
Texas, y'all.
I'm from Texas, y'all.
She's from Corpus.
Well,
she's from Corpus Christi. Terry's from Corpus Christi.
Awesome. Yeah, I've enjoyed some of Terry's live streams.
Oh, cool.
She has one coming up.
Awesome.
She told me, so
I'm going to have to catch that one. I haven't caught one of Terry's live streams yet.
I have not either. Where are they?
well, she's
Are they in Live Event Marketers?
What's Terry live streaming about?
She's doing her. Okay, so normally she's an event coordinator at one of the hotels.
Cool.
Yeah.
But she has had a business for quite some time called Tea Cakes, and she does baking. So she has cakes, cupcakes, cookies, and stuff like that. And so she's been doing that for some time, and so she's been revamping that. Well, not necessarily revamping it, just kind of going a little bit more into that since being at home, so to speak.
Wait, so bacon? They don't contain bacon.
No.
You know what? I
bet
you she could make you a bacon contained cupcake or something like that.
Everything's better with bacon.
Yes.
I like to say it's hard to make things taste bad by putting bacon on them.
You do.
Yes, exactly.
Carry on. So,
Bacon
strips.
And there's nothing better than bacon with bacon sprinkles. I'm just saying.
Bacon and bacon.
You're making me
square.
Stop it.
Bacon on bacon. Okay.
What about branding?
She actually did. Terry did a more recent round where she did some of the door hangers that talk about her services like that. And she showed me the pictures of it, so I think she'll show those on her live and stuff too. But
this is the only picture I have of her right now.
Woo! That does not look like her.
Hi.
That is Terry, the high school years.
Oh, the high school years.
Oh wow! Throwback
Throwback
Friday.
Throwback Friday.
But some interesting things is just to kind of start us off on a topic.
Yep.
I've been wanting, so with the group, I think a lot of people, a lot of people were thinking, well, hey, I'm just if I'm not posting a live stream or a live event, that's coming up, you know, I'll just kind of be a fly on the wall, and you know, you get people like liking things and stuff like that. But I trying to start some kind of conversation stuff in there, because as long as you're talking about anything that's really related to, well, live streaming for sure, and that could be even, you know, equipment and all kinds of that. Because in fact, I'm, as you know, behind the curtain number 1, the signature series, is the
sweatshop.
Yes, the sweatshop.
Number 1.
Well, curtain number 1 is the redo of the my live stream setup. Now, it is taking me a little bit because I'm juggling, you know, kids and all this kind of stuff. Anyway,
They must be heavy when you juggle kids.
Yeah, don't drop those kids, man.
Don't drop them.
I've only dropped the chainsaw. The kids doing fine though.
So you juggle a chainsaw with children.
Well, you have to have 3 things, right?
Yeah.
And so like I just put in there recently today, because I'm looking at different microphone options.
Yeah.
And so like I've started a conversation on that. But anything that's, you know, related to that, and it can be anything really, you know, business related, and even if it's not business related, you know, I don't mind if somebody come in there and talk something just generally, especially if there's somebody that's been in the group for a while. It's one thing if somebody's just coming in and trying to hijack the group kind of thing, but I want to have that vibe that people can talk about other things as long, you know, that's within the group, within the family, within the theme, that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a place where we should be able to go and talk about things. So
it reminds me of, I guess I wasn't in the group. I thought you asked the question in the live stream. It was another group you were asking about LED lighting.
Yes, I did ask that in the Ecamm group, actually.
Got it. Yeah, because it popped into my head and I saw it and I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, I threw it in there because, you know, I know that for sure is, you know, there's a lot of guys that are pretty active in there. So I'd like, and I know some guys have done some various different videos, and I know a lot of those people in there have tried a lot of different scenarios. Whereas even though my group is a live group, I think most people pretty much have gotten like what they got, and that's just it. You know, most people aren't going to be like, oh, I tried this one and I bought that one and I bought that one, you know. And so I kind of went to a group where you kind of had more of that atmosphere where they you know, there's people purchase a lot of different things, and they'll try a lot of different things. So I actually have an accent light, which you'll see later on, because I'll do the tour once I get it done. But I bought an accent light. Then what I'm actually looking for is the main like lighting to replace like this thingamabob I have right here and stuff. So, and I just thought, and I mentioned this before, but I thought more and more about it. But like Angela with her stand-up desk, I mean, I said that just makes total sense. And the thing is that I did find one with a memory, because I do most of my work sitting down. So now I'll be able to have an option, just boom, pop it up when I'm doing my live snippets, and then boom, hit it, and I'm, you know, back to where I'm doing my normal stuff, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So
I really like the standing up. I'm sitting down right now, and it feels like a more passive posture to me. I don't like it, but we're going to be on for like an hour or so. You know, sitting is a little bit more comfortable.
Depends if I push the button or not.
Yeah, I mean, as far as lighting goes, so my desk is opposite a window. So I get a lot of ambient lighting from that. But right now I'm also using a desk lamp. And I don't know why. This is just something I like. I like having a desk lamp on my desk. It's cozy, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I have this on my desk, and I do turn it on. It's just kind of a fill, right?
Yeah.
And then when I do a video, I also have the light up above me, like the ceiling light. So that's kind of a hair light, and you can see it a little bit, you know, it just lights your hair. And I'm not standing right under it. If I did, it would probably create a shadow on my face. So I'm careful not to stand. I mean, watch what would happen if I go back under it. Do you see how it creates shadows on my face?
Ah, the shadow knows.
So if I scoot forward, it lights kind of the back of my head.
It's a back and hair light, basically. Yeah.
And then I also have 2 panels. I'll show you.
It's like a tiny halo.
Right. So I have these panels. I don't know if I can show you.
Yeah,
those panels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's an LED panel, and I just bought it on Amazon. They're not very expensive.
No, not at all.
And let me just put this back so I don't drop it on anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting, is some panels.
The thing that I like about the panels is that, I I mean, just in case this helps anybody. I don't use them very often. Sometimes I shoot video at night. I don't prefer to do that because I like the ambient light.
Yeah.
But when I am shooting video at night, those sort of fill in, and they've got these little flaps on them. They're called barn doors, right? So they're little plastic flaps that can sort of focus the light a little bit better or make it a little bit more diffuse. And these lights are also dimmable, and they have a temperature control, right? So you can make them more yellow or more blue. I like the warmer light just because it can be really harsh when you use that blue light. I'm probably not telling you all anything you don't know. And then I also have a ring light, which I can't show you because it's kind of like behind the desk, but it's an 18-inch ring light. And I prefer to use that because it's a gentler light. And these can be really harsh. So these, I have 2 of the panel lights, and I just use them to kind of like fill in so that I don't have shadows on the bookcase behind me.
Which is perfect because the other ones are usually kind of hot. So if you're doing a lot,
all of my lights are temperature adjustable and intensity adjustable.
Yeah.
And I recommend that people get that because sometimes, you know, you can play around with it and switch it on and off, and you don't have to adjust it every time you switch it on and off. And I recommend that too.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to warm up the light and also dial down the intensity. And you just saw the sun go down, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But if I turn on this light, watch when I turn on the ring light. I'll turn it on.
It's like a halo.
It's a halo.
It's up kind of high. So all of my lighting is positioned so that when I stand up, but you can see it fills in, right?
Yeah, it fills in good.
Yeah.
And doesn't it look better?
Much.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
why.
and the other thing for me, like I want to be able to set different moods. Like what Angela's using right now pretty much is a flat lighting where she's all lit. I might go for some of the Rembrandt look, which is what they call it, where you have a little bit more light on one side than on the other. But also, I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things, but I do need a better light than I have right here. And I personally do a lot of nighttime stuff. So, because I just function better in the later hours. And I actually have a window right here, which is sort of covered. But yeah, that's, and then I'm using like a DSLR and everything. So, I mean, mine's the whole kit and caboodle kind of thing. So.
Caboodle.
You're using a DSLR now?
No, not now, but I will be. Yeah.
What
This
are
is
you
just
guys? What are you guys using for a webcam? I'm using a Logitech C290, which I've been using for like the last 7 years.
You mean
920.
Sorry?
C920.
He interpolated, that's all.
Sorry. Thank you, John.
Sorry, I got the
That's
930.
my choice here.
Fancy.
The thing I like about the 930 is it's a little more wide angle, and it because it's wide angle, it tends to be a little more bright. So if you could actually see what the lighting looks in the room that I'm in right now, it's actually pretty dark.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that way. I don't look that way on camera. It looks fairly decent.
Yeah, it actually does a good light.
It really does.
Absorbing.
We're
Yeah.
really surprised at how much it brings. It kind of sucks in the light and works in dark rooms. It's pretty cool.
Then I'm getting
Mac.
a mic like you guys as well. Both
The mic.
I'll have a mic off to the side like Angela does. For my
Yeah, I
setup.
like this.
My
I've showed
mic-
this before. This is
My mic is
a
a hat rack today.
this is a
Yeah, it's a hat rack.
Rode mic boom with a shock mount, right?
Yeah.
So the shock mount is sold separately from the boom. And I just mounted this blue Yeti on here. And this is a, they call it a pop filter or a wind something.
Windscreen.
It's not a dead cat.
It's not a dead
it's not a
cat.
dead
It
cat.
does not have any fur. My cat is very distressed that you just said that.
I keep repeating
It's just
what
an
Troy had
expression
said in
that we're-
previous episodes.
Yeah, I'm just telling you industry wording. I didn't make it up. So
Yeah.
Awful. Why don't they call it a dead rat? It looks more like a dead rat than a dead cat.
No, the first too long for a rat.
Well, if it was
Yeah,
a
that's true,
Norwegian
that's
rat, it would be short-haired and white. So
Right. That's a mouse, actually. But
Yeah.
I like the setup that I have because it's actually not that complicated and it works. and I can move this mic out of the way if I need to. And, you know, my motto is, how can we make this simple?
Yep.
You know, how can you make it simple? You make it simple by not complicating it.
I have that same exact setup for mine in my other office where I do most of my video, where I've got my background screen, the Japanese screens, and I have a Yeti turned the other way around. I don't have a shock mount on it because I've never really had any trouble with vibration.
Yeah.
But pretty much the same setup.
Cool. Cool beans. And if I wanted to, actually, if I wanted to stand up and do some filming, like you can't see it, but over here, there's a huge whiteboard. So if I wanted to draw on the whiteboard, this desk is on casters. So I could actually turn the desk so that the camera, or I could mount the camera on a tripod if I wanted to. This Logitech C920, it's got a really long cord. So I can plug it in, leave it plugged in, mount it on a tripod, and actually film over here if I want to. And then this boom, you know, I can either move it to a different part of the desk and clamp it so that I can have a mic right there. That's an easy way to do it as well.
You're right, though. They do have a super long cord. I was going to say, I think it's about 4 foot. This is mine right here.
I think mine is
Don't wrap
actually
it around your neck, John.
No.
You know, it's interesting though what Angela does say, because it is true. I mean, if you look at your people that are wanting to just get started in a video, unless they already have a background in anything like that, they're already going to be like, well, this is going to be hard. It's when it's not really. However, as you'll notice, at least for example, in that group Ecamm, okay, the Ecamm Live group, which Ecamm is a piece of software for doing live streaming for your Mac. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people that are into the nerd part of it. You know, they do want to use a DSLR, but some use also like a Logitech C920 mm-hmm. or one of the Logitech brands or you know, other brands. And then some people will go, well, I already have these lights, so I'm good, because I had it for, you know, I did some photography. So it also depends on what you have and where you are. So there's nothing with having to kind of, you know, go backwards or dumb it down if you're like that full-on video photography kind of nerd and you have the stuff. Or like, for example, the camera I have, the DSLR, it's an older one, but it's, you know, so I'm going to use that. I do have some lights, and I've done a lot of lighting stuff, but I want to have a better setup because I'm in it for the, you know, the long game. So, mm-hmm. but also it's going to be, the way I'm setting up is also part of my personality, the kind of vibe that I'm setting. So, and it's going to be more of a fun environment. However, I'm going to be discussing business stuff, but that's how I am. I like to have fun, and I like to be serious about business. So I'm like serious at play and serious at business. You know what I mean? So I'm that combo. And in Angela's case, I think Angela has a really good setup. I mean, she could change things she wanted, but I mean, with the people that she works with, it makes sense. And you know, I think, and I think Angela's probably even going to, if not, it's a hint, but discussing about for like her program that she has coming up, the free program about going live, you know, you do want to be who you are. And so part of your setup, whether it's elaborate, not elaborate, or somewhere in between, or it is just the room you're in, you know what I mean? If that is you, if you know, it's your vibe and what you want to have come across, then go with it. That's how it should be, I think, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when I say keep it simple, that's contextual, right? Like simple for you, Troy, is not going to be the same as simple for somebody who's just getting started. So when I set up my video setup, my goal, and it depends on what your goals are too, right? So my goal was to be able to really easily put out media and to do it consistently. That was my goal. And I knew that if I totally nerded out and tried to make it the absolute best, that it would hinder my putting out the video, right? Like when it's too complicated, you don't want to do it. If it involves having to like set up a bunch of stuff and disrupt your whole office every day, you're not going to do it. I wanted to make it easy for me to go live every day. That was my aim. How can I, and I asked myself this, how can I make this simple? How can I make this easy? Because when it's easy, you tend to do it more, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm somebody that likes to set herself up for the good habit. and if the good habit that you're trying to establish is daily live video, which I do. I mean, sometimes, like, I think I didn't go live Monday and Tuesday this week. Monday because it was a holiday, and Tuesday because I was catching up from the holiday. There's just been a bunch of stuff, and I'm putting out a new program. So I think the important thing is to show up regularly, even if it's not every day, right? But it's easy for me to show up when it's easy for me to show up, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I tried to make my setup as simple as possible so that it was easy for me to be consistent.
Yep.
Right. And in fact, that's what my thinking was, even in redoing my setup. So the desk that moves, well, the lights and everything are they'll be clamped on. So they'll always be, if I'm standing up, they're going to be up with me. If I'm sitting down, they're going to be, so it's not oh wait, I got to lower this one now that I'm sitting down doing it. Oh no, I've got to go back up. So now I'm doing the stand up one. Yeah. So that's all into consideration. Cause I agree with you. Setting yourself up for success. I mean, that's one of the terms that's used, but it is, if the second you start thinking about, oh, I should do a video, and you're like, wait, now I've got to, okay, then you're already pretty much already lost, because the odds of you doing that is.
And now it's a big production, and you don't feel like doing it. It feels like an effort, feels like too much trouble. Where for me, I just hit button number 1 on my stand-up desk, raise the desk up, turn on the camera, and go.
Yeah. It's super easy. You know, I had a friend of mine I helped out recently to get his YouTube channel up and everything set, and he had a very set recording setup. You know, he had lights, he had a teleprompter, he had all this stuff.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, you know, do that for a while. Get your basic videos done for your channel, and then I want to introduce you to doing stuff live. And I did exactly, as you said, made it super simple for him. And now he just creates all of the same videos that he did before live, and he can't believe how much easier it is. And the setup is so simple, and it just makes it super easy to just jump in front of the camera and do it. And so you're absolutely right.
I do like how Dr. V has a really nice microphone. He might as well just send to me. That is really a hat rack right now.
Today it's a hat rack. I'm wondering if I can just connect it now, because I do in Streamyard. You do have the ability to change things, but usually it screws everything up. So let's try to see if I can break it.
That's too funny. Why don't you use that microphone all the time?
I normally do. I just got lazy today because I had a broadcast that happened at 1 o'clock Pacific, 2 Mountain, 3 Central. So
we get it.
And now he's doing this.
And now I'm doing this. So back-to-back broadcasts can be stressful.
But why would you not use your good microphone on that broadcast, though?
Because I was lazy.
Well, okay, so you have to set some fussy thing up, and this is my point, right?
No, I just have to plug it in.
Fussy.
I was lazy.
You just didn't plug it in.
Why don't you get yourself an arm that'll connect to the desk?
I want to hear, Dr. V, I want to hear how much better the sound is when you plug in your microphone.
This is why we experiment with live video.
So, Christopher.
Yes, whoever I am.
What are you using for your microphone right now? Are you using
the resident microphone in the MacBook Pro, the 2015 mid 2015 model? So
interesting. Okay, cool.
Let's see if I can break it.
Let's not break it.
Oh, you got a nice echo going now.
Well, he wants to break StreamYard is what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're going to use up a lot of resources there.
Probably, which is why I'm lazy.
Lazy. All right. Well, Dr. V.
I'm changing right now. Let's see if it makes a difference.
Okay.
Same definition, same camera, audio. Change it, you bugger. And
that's the magic word.
Bugger.
Yeah.
Bugger. Is that better?
I don't know.
Hello.
Well, you've only said one word. 3 words.
Is that better besides bugger?
I can't tell the difference at all.
You can't tell the difference. Yeah.
Can you guys?
Well, now I can.
Now you
can.
My friend.
Say some things, Dr. V.
Say some things. Some things.
Yeah.
Something will happen once in a while.
But you know what? If it's difficult, I wouldn't even bother, because the difference is almost not even noticeable.
It will
That
be if
looks
he
better.
does it right.
I can't.
Oh,
I can't
no.
see.
But you see, he's not speaking right into the microphone.
That's
Yeah,
the
if
problem.
That
if
might
that's
be why.
a dynamic mic, he needs to be right in
I
front of
have
it.
It needs
this
to be right in front of it.
gigantic desk, and there is no way to clamp anything onto it because it has a
That's okay.
quarter inch desk. So
Got it.
yeah,
But
I need a better setup. I might actually need to
Don't
get a
need to look at
stand
it.
and put it to the side.
So turn just for a minute.
Yeah.
Focus here a second. So
What?
turn the mic. I know it's like I feel like you want to see my bike. Hey, turn
Where's your
the mic. Turn the mic.
The look on Angela's face is like, oh my gosh, these guys are.
She wants to hear the difference.
Can I speak to you now? It
Oh my
sounds
there
God.
you go.
Yes,
Huge
that sounds
difference.
wonderful.
Oh, where the
Using the mic.
time and the temperature is
Yeah.
a lovely 67 degrees and cloudy here in San Diego.
See, that's
There
a
you go.
dynamic. That's a dynamic mic. That's why
I
you need to
love
be.
that
You
mic.
need to speak right in front of it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Hey,
You have to
how are y'all doing today?
The quiet storm.
Oh my
Same with
gosh.
yours.
What?
Same with yours.
Oh, did it sound better when I got it closer to my mouth? Did it sound a lot better?
Of course it sounds better.
Because that's what they're meant for.
it's all the difference.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, world.
I hate having this thing in my face. It makes me crazy. I
Well,
usually put it over
I
here.
like
out of
this
the
one in
way.
my face.
So what,
I
what
kind
you
of
need to do
pointed.
is what I do, and
What?
that is turn it around. And
What
then
do
when
you
it's
mean turn it
under, you can have it about this far away and out of the screen, and nobody will see it.
Let me see if I
Oh,
can do that.
You will
like
get-
underneath.
Yeah.
So I can put it down here and put it on top.
yeah, before
Yeah.
just around.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah, so try that. And
I'll try
Dr. V just needs to talk into his, he'll be in great shape. And you'll be the- but it really is a huge difference between, I mean, the C920 has a great microphone in it, but whenever
Welcome
you-
to the Dr. V microphone
Yeah.
train wreck show.
It's
Yeah.
what it is. It's like
It's the
the
training. It's the
that one.
training academy for the technically challenged.
Okay,
Exactly.
we were going to talk about business, y'all. I'm going
This
to.
is business.
We
This is the
were.
business of getting ready.
The live stream stuff we were all talking. That's
We're all
business.
talking live
Okay,
stream.
all right, that is
The
business.
business of live
We can
stream.
talk
Mind your
about
own
anything.
business.
Business of live streaming.
Mind your
Okay.
own business.
What do you want to talk about?
Angela
Well-
wants to tell you how you're violating something somehow.
What have I
No.
violated?
No,
Because
I
I used this incorrectly as a face mask.
no.
It's like-
To talk about. No, you just said you wanted to talk about business, so I thought, well, heck, let's
Oh,
talk
it's
about business.
it's anything kind of business related, and we've been talking really a
This
lot
is
about
totally
the
freeform.
streaming part of it and stuff.
we abandoned the spreadsheet.
We can talk about anything. I mean, I've got a lot of.
Especially for our Friday.
I'm actually a big proponent of planning, and I
boy.
think people would get a lot of value about us instead of doing this free form thing.
Yeah.
We actually had like a topic of the day. That would be good.
Are we being scolded
I agree.
live?
Absolutely not. No, I'm suggesting, not scolding. I never scold. I only suggest.
I don't know if we want a suggestive broadcast.
It's a hard suggestion.
Do you have something
hard
that you'd like to talk
suggestion.
about
I
today,
just like
Angela?
providing value for people. What'd you say, John?
Do you have something that you'd like to talk about?
There is value
Well,
in describing lighting and everything else we've
Oh,
spoken.
you're right. Actually, you know what? You're right. We were talking about lighting and sound. And
Yeah,
those are
I
very-
thought that was. I actually got a lot out of it myself because now I'm thinking
We
of
can
getting
talk
some
about
LED
multiple
lights.
things, so
Okay.
no problem. We don't have
Okay,
to.
lighting and sound. Good.
We don't
And
have to
depending
specifically make
on your
it
setup
sound.
too, another thing that people need to keep in mind. So for when you are looking to do in a live stream setup, you really want to get the best system that you can. In other words, as far as computer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not in the position to say purchase a new computer, one of the things that you can do is or I'd say minimally, if you can, more than likely need to add some more RAM to it. Because I say the
Bonus.
average person, when they buy a system, it has minimum memory. And unless you're some kind of like power nerd kind of crazy person where you already jacked up all your computer memory, which is not, again, the average person, that's something that I suggest doing, because then what happens if you don't have enough computer memory? I was gonna say RAM, but we'll say computer memory.
Not storage. We're talking about memory.
Right. Because
Right.
there's people, I'm sure, even if you're new at computers, you've heard of a hard drive. So you have your computer brain, okay, and then you have your computer memory, and then there's your storage, your hard drive. So if you don't have enough memory to handle a lot of things going on for live and audio, and you're trying to maybe run quite a few things at the same time as you're doing like live streams or even recording video, is your computer your computer memory basically throws stuff onto your hard drive or your storage temporarily and then pulls it back off when it needs it. Now, that hard drive or that storage is quite slow compared to computer memory. So that's why if you increase your memory, you can then increase the capability of your computer. Again, that's if you're not looking to, if you're not coming to me and say, Troy, I want to start from scratch and I've got this budget, what computer should I get? That's a whole different story. But if you're saying, I want to take what I have and, can I make it any better? The first thing one of the first things you want to do would be the computer memory, and then your storage that we talked about, a solid state drive. So instead of just a hard drive would be another option. But anyway, that's getting a little bit of the nerdy thing. But I know some people when they're, most people have just, bought a computer from a friend's suggestion. Oh, this is a good one, whatever. And it's just a computer and it's fine for all the normal home stuff. But you want to do live stream or videoing type things, computer memory is probably your first thing you're going to want to.
Do you recommend more than 16 meg or no?
You mean more than 16 gig?
Gig, sorry. I still have my Mac SE30 with 30 megabyte hard drive sitting over here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, too.
It really depends on what you plan on running and doing with your computer. 16 gig could more than likely get you by. I have, for example, 24 in mine for right now.
I have 16, and if I get a new computer, I'm going to up that considerably. I'll probably end up getting 32 just because video uses a lot of resource. It really does.
Yeah.
16 is fine. 8 is like the minimum, I would say. Like you're taking your head down. What do you think?
Oh, I would say 16 would be the minimum.
Okay. Well, I mean, it depends. But I've done live video with 8.
Yeah, you do that.
That 8 is like riding a unicycle on the side, on the edge of the cliff, and you're like, yeah, you can, until you can do it, but
shut down everything else while you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Like shut down everything else because you're going to be using all the memory for that, and there's not going to be any resources left for anything else. Even at 16, I feel like sometimes I'm limping along.
Well, and also you've got the heat factor that things get hot. So
yeah, they do. They do.
In fact, that's actually quite a good thing that Angela mentions. So when you are going to go live, or even just say recording video, you do want to shut down everything ahead of time, like all your backup software that's going to be doing if you have antivirus kind of stuff going. You want to basically postpone that while you're doing your live or your video recording.
And Spotify and everything else.
If you're running Chrome, shut it down. Chrome is a huge resource suck.
I don't have the 27,000 tabs open, and
yeah. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've got.
We lost Troy.
Oh, we lost Troy. Yeah,
Troy had too many tabs open.
Oh.
That's what happened to him.
He shut one of his tabs, which was the broadcast studio.
Yeah,
that must be it. I won't even tell you how many tabs I've got open.
I've got a lot open. I'm a tabaholic.
Guilty.
But I will, a lot of times I will use, some things I'll do in Firefox, some things I'll do in Chrome, and some things I'll do in Safari. And it just depends. But yeah, shutting down your browsers, or at least reducing the number of tabs. I've actually done well with Chrome having only 3 tabs open. Oh, here's somebody coming in. We should let him in.
I got him.
Welcome back.
I pressed the wrong button.
You went to close the tab and close the wrong one, did you?
Well, press that button.
There is a there's a software that and of course now that I'm talking about it, that I just barely heard about from another friend, that it allows you to, so when you're going to go live, what it'll do is it'll shut down all your things that are, you tell it which things. So like, hey, turn my Norton antivirus off, turn my crash plan backup software off, and it'll show all that stuff off for you. And then from what I understand is I think it pops back up and says, also Angela's all, what is it called? That's what I'm like. I got to remember. Well, I want to give you the link. It's
Yeah,
let me
give me
see
the
if I
link.
can.
Yeah, send me a link. Send me an affiliate link if I buy. No, I need something like that because I mean, I have a bunch of tabs open, and again, this is the make it easy to go live thing. And if I have to shut down all of my Chrome tabs and then open them again, it just takes a long time for that to load back up, and I don't want to deal with it. I want something that'll just like shut everything down and then open up, you know, or whatever, disable them. That'd be great. I'd love that.
Do you use one tab?
I do actually use one tab, but no, I think I disabled that Chrome extension. I didn't like the way it worked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love one tab.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I use to clear everything off.
You drink tab?
Oh, well, maybe I should try it again. Maybe I wasn't using it properly. Yeah. But what I have right now is something called what's it called?
Because I like one tab.
It's a utility. It's an extension that basically, if you don't use the tab for a certain amount of time, it keeps the tab open, but it makes it go to sleep. I forget what it's called. It's a Chrome extension. Let me see.
Sleepy tab.
It's called.
Sleepy tab.
Sleepy tab.
There's no caffeine in that tab.
I'll try one tab. It's called. I'll look for it and I'll shout out when I
try new Sleepy tab.
I didn't know there was one that would just like put them to sleep.
It will put the tab to sleep, so it's not using resources, but it leaves it open, which is great. And I wish I could just. I don't. What am I not seeing it? Oh, it's called the Great Suspender.
Oh.
Yeah. There's also one that's called Extensity that allows you to. Oh no, that's something else. Never mind. Strike that.
Suspender.
Yeah.
Sounds like something I need for my pants. The Great Suspender.
What?
Suspender.
Oh, but you are wearing
the Great Suspender.
The Great Suspender. It's really good. So I try to keep my my extensions to a minimum, just because they can cause, you know, problems with each other, and you know, they can make things run slow. It's kind of a pain. So you know, unless I'm using something, I shut it off. I shut off the extension. So I keep the ones that I'm using open, but I will shut them down if I don't need them. So.
And now for a moment of silence.
Well, I'm trying to find this one thing because I just really saw it and I thought
everybody's searching for drink tab. Drink water. Hey, John. So what? Now that I've got you in mid gulp,
go ahead.
What's new and exciting with some of your clients, like that you're getting onto live video?
Oh gosh, we've been doing a lot of interesting things. We've been looking at an app to keep all of our live video stuff in, like as a container. Mm-hmm. So any of the summits and stuff that we do are all in an app, as opposed to having them have to go find their membership site and go dig through everything. And that, and the fact that a lot of local clients that we deal with, I've always hated business cards, and I don't really carry them around with me anymore because it seems like every time I give somebody one, they lose it. So one of the things that's nice about the app is that they always will have my business card if they download the app. So
I like it.
I think is a plus. Yeah, I think it's a plus for a couple different reasons, because business cards get tossed and never seem to do anything useful for us. And besides that, it's kind of a dedicated spot where everybody can get your stuff, come see you whenever they want to.
Do you send push messages through that too, or no? Only with permission?
We have the ability to do that. So we'll be able to send push messages through that, and texts, all kinds of things. So should be good. Looking forward to it. I found it. We're working on getting it set up in the next week or so.
Good.
That sounds cool. Hey, can I ask, what are you all using for video storage? So when I do a live video, I keep a copy because I'm using Ecamm Live, Ecamm Automated. You can have it so that it saves a recording, right? And I have that on an auxiliary hard drive, but we all know that auxiliary hard drive storage is fraught. So I'm trying to decide, you know, where I should keep these sorts of things. I was uploading them to Vimeo, and I still have a Vimeo account. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I should send them to, you know, a Google Drive. I have an unlimited Google Drive. But they're not really as accessible. And well, I don't know. I feel like
What is your end goal, though? Are you just trying to archive them so that if you ever need them again, or?
Yeah, I want to organize them and I want to archive them so that if I need to embed it somewhere, like Vimeo is really great because I can change the way the video player looks. I can prevent people from downloading them or embedding them in other places. It allows me to have a lot of control over the way the player looks and the types of controls that are displayed on it, as well as preventing people from like downloading stuff or embedding stuff. Like it's only embeddable in my websites, right? So
that's what I use and continue to use Vimeo.
Yeah, and it's cheap enough. I mean, it's a couple $100 a year. It's like $300 a year or something like that. And so I just,
I store course videos. Like my wife's done 3 courses on Pinterest, and all of her video material is on Vimeo. And I've just put together a series of funnels, and all those videos are on Vimeo too. So some people prefer YouTube, but I don't know.
Well, the reason why I don't want to use YouTube is because YouTube is not my platform. Okay. They can deplatform me at any time. If they decide they don't like my trademark law videos or my, whatever. So I don't want to store something that I can't control. And as long as I pay for my subscription, Vimeo says I can keep my videos there, and that's fine. And also YouTube will share other people's stuff. Right. I don't want my people seeing other people's stuff. I want them on my
about at the end. Yeah.
At the end, they will autoplay, somebody else's stuff. They will play ads.
You can disable that from what I remember.
You used to be able to, but now
not anymore.
I don't think you can.
Oh.
Yeah, I think what she's saying basically is that, and I think you answer your own question. I mean, Vimeo really seems to be your option because not only will you have it stored somewhere, but you can actually automatically have a player. Bam, you're done.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the 2 major ones I've seen are Wistia and Vimeo, used by most marketers. So
okay, well, I like Vimeo. I think it's less expensive than Wistia, I like it. Now, Wistia has some other things that you can do.
Yeah,
you can do polls and stuff like that on Wistia, but I'm not doing anything like that.
See, we discussed some business.
We did business.
I will share. Let me share my screen. I'll show you that software. I found it, and there's no affiliate program, so I will just share it.
Okay. Well.
Well,
I wanted to benefit you.
I appreciate that
because I help my friends take care of their business too.
That's right. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is called tripmode.ch.
Tripmode.ch. Okay.
And as you can see. It basically what it really is to do, but it does what we're talking about is, this is for like say laptops, right? So if you're traveling somewhere and you have then your cellular data, you only have so much of it, right? So you don't want to have other things taking up that data or using that data on your data plan. So you can then shut off certain things and basically, it shuts them off. So, and then you can also on the Mac version, you can schedule it. So like if it needs to run at a certain time, say you have a certain schedule where maybe you're on the train, traveling somewhere or a bus, or this because like I said, for European people or whatever, that take the train a lot and stuff. But and then the Mac also has like certain limits and stuff you can set on it. But it's like an $8 app or whatever, or $9. And this is the one time. Yeah, see, for Mac.
Oh,
but they do have a Windows version as well.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, there's a Mac, and then there's the Windows version as well.
Great.
So,
that's good to know. And you can just shut down everything, and then it opens it back up?
Well, I assume on this schedule part here, because you can just, I guess, turn, like you see on the screen, turn it on or off, right? So if you have these things shut off, then you just go ahead and turn this off. Then I assume it turns it back on. I just barely heard about it. I haven't grabbed it yet or anything. But yeah, this allows you to, again, like I say, save data, and then shut off certain things from working and whatnot. But go ahead and take a look at the page as well.
So it says you just turn trip mode on from the toolbar.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can just say, oh, well, okay, I'm going to go play around with it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'd say go look at that because I just barely heard about it. I pulled up the page, and that's why I couldn't even remember what it was as well.
Yeah.
So I need to, go over and look at it. But that's the way it was talked about saving data, but then also basically by shutting off that thing from functioning.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Yeah. But I also use, like, for me with Chrome, since I usually have like a ton of tabs open, I slap, one tab and it just condenses it all down. And I mean, you may not like it, Angela, because you just don't like it.
Well,
And that's
no,
fine.
I guess maybe I was using it for the wrong use case.
Oh, because then the other thing is you can then, when you're done, you can slap a button and it pulls up all your tabs back up again.
Oh, well,
Or you can just open up like one or two of the tabs that were in that, Anyways, it has,
okay. Well, I'll check that out again, because that may solve my problem. Because what I really want to do is I want to basically shut down Chrome while I'm live streaming. Because as you know, I'm having this issue with my Mac running the fan all the time. And I actually got some canned air. I'm going to open it up if I can. I haven't even looked to see if I can open it up, but I'm going to open it up and blow it out, because I'm sure it's full of dust. I mean, it's 6 years old, and it works great except for this one thing. So
get the fan.
Have you ever
the gamer
looked at
fan.
your resources as well? Like when you were, when say the fan's on?
Yeah, I looked at all that. It's using less than half of the processing power, and I've got like 50 gigabytes on the hard drive. So there's no reason why it should be doing this.
Okay. Well, I'm just running you through the old checklist. So
no, it's fine. It's fine. I've been through the checklist, and I have an app actually that will shut the fan off, but I don't want to damage anything. So I'm thinking I'll just open it up if I can, blow it out. I blew out my keyboard. You should have seen all the stuff that came out of my keyboard, man. That
Cheetos and Doritos and
we all did our desks. It's a little
Funyuns.
And I have cats, so there's hair, right? There's a hair issue
today, hair tomorrow.
It just gets
thus the dead cat.
Oh,
they make a great.
He said it. This
great blower for computers. That's really awesome. It's better than canned air. Can't think of the name of it, but if I get it, I'll send it over your way.
Okay, that'd be great. Thanks,
it's like super strong, and it's better than a can of air. Really blows things out.
It'll blow your keys right off the keyboard.
It actually did that on one of them.
And you just dictate.
The key off the keyboard, and we had to push it back on again.
I will say that the 2014 to mid 2015 MacBook Pros, it's a known problem that they overheat, and I've seen it on multiple forums.
Well,
and I've even spoken to them in the Genius Bar. Yeah, so some genius created a problem that we are now trying to solve.
Deal with, yeah, happens.
Yeah,
it definitely happens. And then I have another storage system that I can never remember the name of for videos.
Video storage. There were a lot of them in a couple of these trade shows.
Whenever I think of it, I always think of zombies. And it's not the name of it.
Oh yeah,
zombie storage.
It's wasabi.
Wasabi.
But that's more for like long term or just more like archive, because
it's a good archive.
I know that because remember we talked a little bit about this. I know you talked about serving video from it and stuff like that, but I also read up on them because I thought, wow, that's dang cheap. But here's what happens is if you say, let's say you have, again, I'm just going to throw out a number because it doesn't matter really, 30 gigs of video in there. But then if you stream, say if you're streaming video from that because it's really cheap, and once you get over that 30 gigs of what you have in their storage, then they'll start going, hey, what's going on here? So I mean, they have these stipulations in place so that people aren't using their super cheap storage for a video server. So you really have to, I mean, to get nerdy about it, you'd have to have that there, but then you actually have another actual video server where it pulls it from there and then can serve it from the actual place that you're able to, basically, because they're in terms of service
for storage anyways.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's why I asked Angela if it was
going to serve from there, but mostly.
Yeah, that's why I wonder. She just want like long-term archival storage, or she's talking about, well, yeah, I want storage, but she also wants access to, like, boom, I can like throw it up into something and let people have access to this video. And Vimeo really is pretty much the option now.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what I use it for. Like all of my course videos are in Vimeo. But for the last several months, I've just been keeping stuff on my hard drive because I've been like, well, maybe I shouldn't. I'm just going to upload it all again. That's fine.
I would definitely do that.
Yeah. No, I mean, the whole hard drive thing is, I just don't trust it. I keep everything in the cloud and have for like since 2006. I've had all my stuff in the cloud, and I just feel so much more secure because I've had hard drives fail multiple times.
Oh yeah. But the only question I have though, Angela, is what do you do when the cloud like moves from like over, from above your house? And it's like, how do you access it though?
Yeah, and what if there's lightning and rain coming out of that cloud?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I will say too, if you really want to get paranoid like I am, I have 2 external hard drives plus putting stuff in the cloud.
I was listening to a conversation about this the other day where people were going on about, oh, well, I keep an external drive and I got a network drive and I got stuff in the cloud. And that really becomes a complex business thing too.
I got 6 hard drives.
I got several hard drives that
I've got
most of my
6
stuff set up on. I've got stuff stored in the cloud. I've got like multiple contingency plans. It's just. I've
got 6 hard drives. One of them's a network drive for media in the home. People can watch, do shows and music and whatever. I've got like, I don't know, I must have something like 20 terabytes of drives over here, and then I have also cloud storage as well. I'm just a nerd like that.
We used to have tape drives in my old office, and we would have to circulate the tape drives, and we would you take one at home, one to your office manager, one in the car in the glove compartment, one in a certain place in the office, and then you would just rotate those tape drives so that you would only lose potentially maybe 3 days of data.
I remember we used reel-to-reel like NASA.
Well, that's what the tape drives were, though. Well, the big tape drives.
Well, there's the mini tape drives.
Yeah, I'm talking about the big ones. Yeah,
small ones. We had all kinds of tape drives.
Yeah, I used to have terabytes of punch cards to save my stuff.
Oh my God, terrible.
Oh my gosh!
You back up the U-Haul with your punch cards for your one project.
That's right. And that was for just like one Word doc. The whole truck was for one Word doc.
Oh man.
So aside from
Angela,
I was going to say aside from Angela's big project coming up.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't you tell us exactly about your project that's coming up?
Visible Video is my new project, and
your live thing that's coming up. That's part of it.
The Live Accelerator.
Yeah,
it's a 3-day program where I'm going to show people. I mean, obviously, I can't show people everything because I don't have time, but I'm going to show people the basics of going live, right? Because a lot of people are really hurting right now with this whole job loss and all of that. And I actually had one of my best months ever in my law practice this month, while everyone else is struggling. And I think part of that is because everybody comes to me for the trademark and the copyright stuff, because I'm very well known in my niche for trademark and copyright law. And I think more people need to know how effective it is to go live and talk about your expertise. So if you're a divorce lawyer, you can go live and you can be known in your community for divorce law, and people will share your videos and watch your videos and they will come to trust you because you're always, on the video camera, giving them great information. If you are a retirement planner, you have a professional financial planning practice, you can go live and talk about that. And then people will consider you a resource for that sort of information, and will continue to think of you when they need that sort of planning, right? So it's a great way to build trust and rapport with your audience if you do it consistently. So I want to show people what I'm doing and give them the basics that they need to go live and help them get more organic traffic for their business or practice.
And it's
free, and it's 3 days, and it starts Monday.
3 free days.
3 free days. Say that 5 times fast, Dr. V.
3 for 3 days.
3 days, 5 times fast.
3 free days.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Say
I did
that
it.
5 times fast. Oh my gosh. This guy will keep you up at night, man.
My
Hey,
wife
Andrew.
is free.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that attorneys in a lot of cases are reluctant to do live video? Like I've talked to friends of mine that are attorneys in the past, and they always seem very reluctant to step out. And yet the guys and women who really do it, I know of several. I mean, you and there's several other attorneys that are very successful at it. And for the life of me, I just can't figure out what really is going on there that kind of keeps them from doing that.
Well, I think it's the same things that prevent everybody from going live. I think people are overly focused on themselves.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I don't mean in like a selfish way, but I think they're overly concerned with how they're going to come across on video. It's stage fright in essence, right? It's the same thing, same reasons why people don't want to speak in public. So there's that. A lot of attorneys are also worried about, oh, is this advertising? Does it violate some kind of bar rule? But I think honestly that that's an excuse, right? Because you don't want to.
What I was thinking is,
I'm afraid.
In that realm that's going on.
Yeah, but it's not advertising. If I come and I talk to you about trademark law, and I tell you where to message me for questions and where to find my resources online, that's not advertisement. I'm giving you resources, right? Free resources.
Right.
I'm not saying hire me, buy my stuff. I'm saying if you want to message me with questions, you can find me here. Mm-hmm. And if you want to find me online and look at my stuff, it's here. So, you know, I don't think it violates any bar rules at all, but attorneys, again, like to use this as an excuse. Oh, I can't go live, not because I'm afraid, but because it's against the bar rules. It's okay. I get it. But you know, if you want to be broke, then be broke. And if you want to stop being broke, then, you know, start using organic traffic. This is free. Right. I do not pay for this. Okay. I get hundreds of people every week seeing my live videos, and I don't pay for any of that traffic. Facebook earns zero. I hope Zuckerberg isn't listening, but they don't earn any money off of those live videos that I run.
Suck it, Zuck.
Suck it, Zuck. Dr. Vogelman is shocked.
I am shocked because the Zuck book has been very, very good to me.
Well, no, it's been good to me.
We're only joking. We love him, you know.
We love Mark Zuckerberg.
We love Zuck.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's a great way to get live traffic, and you can take those same videos and with the clickety click, upload them to YouTube and have a whole YouTube video library about, you know, whatever your legal specialty is. You know,
Indeed.
We don't even
have a First Amendment right to go and talk about the law, right? Yeah. So if I want to go talk about, you know, the 3 things that you should think about if you're thinking about getting a divorce in whatever county. Sorry about that.
Hello, Eric.
It's already was mine before.
You know, if I want to go online and talk about that, I have the right to tell people what I know about the 3 things that you should consider when you're getting a divorce in, you know, San Bernardino County, California. I don't know what those are, but I'm sure some attorney does, and they would get eyeballs on themselves and their video and probably get some clients from that. If people grow to know, like, and trust you, they will hire you. They will give you money.
Right. They have to love.
I know.
Like it's not enough.
I met an attorney that I ended up using. He does radio spots on the radio, and I just liked his approach, and he uses video and all of that, and just made perfect sense. Got to know his personality. I know it jived with mine. I know we had some of the same values, so it just seemed perfect.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's great because you're only attracting, like, the people that call you after they see your video. Those are the people that like you. If they don't like you, they're not going to call you. So it's perfect. These are people who already like you. They've already decided that you're worth watching. They've probably seen you a dozen times, and now they're calling your office. What could be better? They're pre-sold. They already trust you.
Filter.
You know? They already like your vibe, or else they wouldn't be calling.
Exactly.
I think what could be better is if you immediately captured their credit card number while they were watching your video.
Well, you know, there are probably some issues with that, but
while
if you want to sell them something, if you want to sell them, a free course about, things you need to think about, or, give them you can give them a free course. You can sell them an upsell. You can get them into your funnel, right? You can do that.
If you wanted, then the number that you have on your website, so after they've been preconditioned and they come over to your website, or indoctrinated, as some people will say.
Indoctrinated. That sounds so Soviet.
It sounds negative, but it really, it is what it is, right? But heck, you could have them call your number if you want, and before they can get through, they've got to enter in their credit card numbers. You can set up a system like that.
Oh, yeah. I have an appointment system like that. And, if they want to make an appointment with me, they have to put a credit card number in.
Sure.
Unless I give them the free link. If you're referred to me, then I give you the free link. If not, not. So.
Right. No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that answers my question, because I always assumed it was something with bar advertising rules or something that really was the big reason that they didn't, because all the other reasons at the end of the day are pretty small. If it's a fear thing, if it's I care what other people are going to see and how I'm going to be viewed. I kind of figured it had to be some other piece. So that answers the question. Thank you.
Yeah. I think the bar thing, as I said, is just an excuse. What really people are afraid of is public speaking.
Yep. Sounds like.
It's more about what they talk about when they're drinking at the bar.
What do you mean, Chris?
No, I'm just saying in the casual conversation that people had, well, I can't do that because it's against bar rules. Or we've seen that in the chiropractic and continuing medical education seminars where people are chatting about it saying, well, I can't advertise because that's against state regulations, or it's against this or that. So every state has their own set of regulations.
Sure. Oh, and that's true, but you can work within them.
Yeah.
And Facebook is not considered, it's basically a membership site, right? Like you have to have a membership. So at least in Texas, it's not, doing Facebook Live is not considered advertising. So it's just like anything else, you have to read the rules, but I can't think of any circumstance where it would be forbidden for an attorney to publicly say, these are the 3 things that you need to know about divorce in my county.
Right. If you boosted your post, it would be considered advertising, though.
Yeah, might be if you boosted it. But you have a Facebook page and everybody knows where to find you and they're seeing you, But I don't even know that boosting would be considered on Facebook would be considered advertising, because just because you're buying the media doesn't necessarily make it advertising.
If you're boosting a freebie type thing. Yeah, if you're boosting a freebie type thing, is that really advertising?
You're boosting a non-sales. You're boosting education. So.
Right, exactly. Don't I have the right to distribute the free information that I want to distribute?
I'll have to think about that.
I think so.
I think so. I think the answer is yes.
Alrighty, guys. I'm going to get building on my stand-up desk.
Awesome.
And
you got your bolts and your wrench
and a hammer and lube and all sorts of stuff. So
lube.
You never know what you're going to need building that thing.
Yeah. Because if it doesn't go in enough, you just throw some lube on it. You start banging it with the hammer, and then you're good.
Bigger hammer. That's the secret. I can't tell you how many conversations I've heard about stand-up desks this week too.
They're great. I love mine. I spend part of the day standing and part of the day sitting. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I like it.
But hey, we've been at this for an hour.
Yep.
I gotta go.
That was my thing. That's how I wrapped it into I gotta build this thing, because I actually do.
I gotta go.
Perfect.
I gotta go. I'll see you all next Friday.
We'll be back on Friday. I may tinker with a spreadsheet to keep some of our members happy.
Yeah.
I like the spreadsheet. I like your idea.
I'll put the spreadsheet. We'll make it all Fridays instead of Monday through Friday.
There you go. That works.
Every day is Friday.
That's right.
I'm going to be getting short videos this week.
Awesome.
In your shorts?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Okay.
Short videos, yeah. It'll be a live snippet short video. So basically what it is, it'll be him for about 5 minutes just standing in front of the camera in his shorts.
In his shorts.
And then the video ends.
Wow. Okay.
That's a short live snippet.
And
Okay, guys.
Cooking channel coming real soon.
It's going to be short with no retort. We'll see you same that time.
See ya.
Same that
Bye,
channel.
Eric. Bye, Terry.
Yeah.
Bye, Terry.
Good seeing you guys.
Good weekend, all. Bye.